Nowadays, Canada has Own the Podium, a program to support Canadian athletes. 30 years ago, when you participated in the 1984 Olympics, in order for you to sustain a career in that, did you find it very different in terms of the government support that you received from Canada? Was it a little bit more difficult, or was it easier?
Well, I was very blessed. I became a cadet athlete, one of the youngest in history, I understand. At that time, I was 15 and started getting support from the government. And from there, my life was very easy. I believe somebody calculated how much it would cost for each athlete to actually become an be on the Olympic podium. And it was something like $1.2 million or something like that, maybe even more. And we had a lot of support. I was very blessed. I had a lot of support. I didn't have to work. I trained 6 hours a day to accomplish my dreams and was incredibly supported by the Canadian government, and I thank them very much. I truly appreciate all that support. Yeah.
Every Olympic Games and other major world competitions, you always hear records being broken. How, after all this time, you've managed to hang on to your record that nobody's been able to break after 27 years? What do you attribute that to?
I love challenges. I love when people told me that things were impossible. So that's the most important thing to me. If something was impossible, I was most likely going to go after it. And as I mentioned, I used hypnosis and visualization. That was a very powerful tool for me to move beyond my limitations, because I knew that I wanted to be one of the fastest women on the planet. And in order to do that, you have to get over a massive amount of fear. And I remember knowing that I wanted to be the first woman in Canada to run 10.98 seconds. Actually, just run under 11 seconds. That was good enough for me. But I knew that what it took. And it took me 6 months, maybe even longer, for me to actually step up to the line and do a workout that I knew was going to make me very, very sick. But before I did that, I studied hypnosis, and I used it, and it allowed me to get over that hump and do it. And as soon as I broke that barrier, everything else came easier. So using the power of the mind for me to move beyond those boundaries.
I take it you studied psychology then. You studied hypnosis.
No, it was just a massive interest. I was interested in it at age 16. And then when I retired from track, I received my degree in psychology. So it was a very early interest. And I studied in the area of neuropsychology, which is a study of the mind and the brain. So it's just the mind is a very powerful tool if you use it well.
How are you able to maintain a career in running for as long as you did?
It was my passion. I ate, slept, drank, track and field. That's all I could think about. Nobody could tell me that I couldn't do anything as far as track was concerned. I read everything about it. I thought about it all the time. I knew that it was my gift from that higher self, people say God or source, whatever. I used to call it divine flow back in the day. That was my passion, and so that's all I wanted to do.